G'day fellas and welcome. Today we have our very first casted game of Age of Mythology Retold. I'm excited, you're excited. Let's get into it. Sporting in the north of the map in the color blue, playing as Set. This is the Egyptian, I guess you'd call it a pantheon, Civ. It's gonna be Boit. Wow, okay, we zoomed in so damn close with that. Hold on, let me try that again. It's gonna be Boit. And then, all right, we got to get it a little bit slower. Even then, all right, we'll work it out, we'll work it out. And on the south side, well, I guess on the west side of the map in the color red, playing as Hades. It is Combi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nile Shadows. So today we've got ourselves, this is the very first ranked game I'm going to be watching. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Age of Mythology Retold, about the systems that it's got, and about, well, I guess some of the differences that we're going to be seeing from Age of Empires 4, which is obviously what we're very familiar with. So one of the first things that I noticed was that it's a lot more difficult to find good games when it comes to casting. That was the great thing about Age of Empires 4, is it was very easy for creators to just jump in, find some games, and get to it. But with Age of Mythology, it's a little bit different because, unfortunately, obviously, it's still in beta at the moment. So there's sync errors that you've got. But essentially, if you try and dive into a replay, so that means an older game that's already been played and someone's handed it off to you, the game speed, for whatever reason, is really, really quick. So everything's running around super duper fast. So the way that I'm getting around that is I have to cast a live game. And so this game that is being played right now, Boit is at his computer, he's tacking away with his keyboard, quite literally live. So that's why we're watching it at the moment. But the reality of that is that we can't really check whether it's going to be a good game or not. We don't know if Boit's opponent Combi today is going to be super duper, how do you say, up to standard. And there's already something that's tipping me off that he might not be, and that's okay because there's going to be a big learning curve when it comes to AOM Retold for many players. And that is going to be the fact that he has opened up on the chickens. So these little guys down here, these guys don't gather as fast as your larger food sources around the map, like your hippos right here. If we take a look up towards the top side, so we've got some gazelle, I think, deer perhaps. These guys, and of course we've got, I'm gonna go with just some good old-fashioned birds. There we go. I'm channeling my 2-year-old son. That right there, that's a bird. Actually, no, what would he call that? He'd probably call it like a penguin or something like that. We've got some penguins up here. These gather a lot faster. No, I say a lot faster. It's not a lot faster. It's a little bit faster than what the chickens do. But look, I think that Combi's already starting off the game well. The fact that he's managed to get the food drop off site, right? Like, that's pretty important. Some players, I've seen plenty of players forget to throw that one down. Maybe some Atlantean mains. I know what you guys are like. But we'll be riding along with Boit and seeing exactly how he opens. Now, of course, if you're unfamiliar with Boit, don't worry. I'll familiarize you. He is one of the best Age of Mythology casters that the world has ever seen. So I want you to go check out his channel if you're interested in seeing more Age of Mythology content. He's one of the best in the business, and he'll tell you all about the meta, all about the little intricacies of mythology. We've got the temple coming up now over on the north side of the map, so Boit's going to be looking at getting that age up through very, very shortly. Let's take a look and see which option he's going to go with. He's got 2 options to go with, and it's going to be Anubis. Now, apologies for the text size. You'll see right there, this is indeed text that is made for ants. It is very, very small text. So even me on a 4K monitor, I mean, I can read it relatively well. So I'm okay, but I suspect a lot of you guys, maybe if you're on a phone, going to have a little bit of trouble with it. But let's check in. So obviously, Boit, for anybody unfamiliar with AOM, he is playing the Egyptians, and each civilization, each faction's got little different bonuses. As an example, the Greeks, I mean, they've got the ability to train a hero from their town center. They've got the ability to train lots of heroes from the town center, depending on which age you're in. But for the Egyptians, many of their buildings are actually for free. And one of those buildings is the house. But the consequence of having a free house is that that house is very slow to build. So it means that it's going to take a lot more time for your standard villager to be able to build that house. But have a look at this. We've got a very fast expansion coming through from Boit already. We're at the 4-minute and 45-minute mark. The age up comes through. He's gone up with the Anubites, and a whole bunch of Set gazelles have come through. So it's one of the things about Set that sets them apart, no pun intended, from the other Egyptian pantheons. So I probably need to work out exactly which way it is. So I think you've got like civilizations, like overarching civilizations, like the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Atlanteans, and then you've got within that, no, those are pantheons, and then you've got gods. Okay, major gods, I guess you could say. Now, hold on, let's have a look and see Boit on the map. Gonna be revealing his opponent's base. This is a special god power called Vision that only he's got access to as Set. You can see that his entirety, or the entirety of his enemy's base, has been completely revealed. Now, have a look at this. We've also got in the middle of the map something I haven't talked about, but you would have undoubtedly heard throughout the game. It is this right here. So we've got a priest that is going to be slowly and steadily converting over the hippopotamuses. They do lose a little bit of food on them, but you have the ability to control them, bring them back to base. It feels great playing Set, but take a look at this. Already we've got Ajax coming out here. Has he got a relic in hand? It's hard. Yes, he does have a relic in hand. So he's picked up Gambitine, Odin's Ward, where temple improvements are cheaper. And you can see the Anubite there doing a great job of just baiting back Ajax. Let's ride on board now with Combi, who actually seems to get a pretty decent age up time here. Anything before 6 minutes. And I tell you what, it means that you've at least got a little bit of RTS experience. So it looks like today he's gone up with Ares, because we do have, actually, is it Ares? Let's take a look. We've got Pestilence in the bag right here. I think I saw that. I'm kind of curious about what buttons I press. If I press enter, whether it's going to come up. Yeah, so it doesn't come up. Normally in Age of Empires 3, because this is on the Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition engine, you have the option to check the chat and see the history of notifications that have come up. So we can see that a hippopotamus of Set has now come all the way back to the town center here for Boyd. He's going to be able to eat that up. Now, I'm curious to see what kind of strategy he looks for, but on the other side of the map, I think we already know what is going to be happening here. We've got a potential fast heroic age coming in. So one of the things to note is that when it comes to the heroic age in Age of Mythology, this is for all you Age of Empires 4 players out there, your age ups are actually gated by your buildings. So when you're in the classical age, which is the first age, and you want to go to the second age, which is called the Dark Age, heroic. Oh god. Never mind. We've got it in queue at the moment, but essentially you're gated so you need a temple to get your first age up in, and then your second one, your second age up, you're going to need to get either a market, you're going to need to get an armory, and that's where we can see right here that Boyd is going for a very quick heroic age. So looking to get to that age 3 quickly, looking to get access to some of the special units that the Egyptians have got. Now, the Egyptians, like most civilizations, start out with basic units coming through from their barracks, and after that, they've got access to special units from their Migdol. And these types of units are ferocious, I'll say that much. You've got your chariots, you have your... Oh, what do we got over here? We got a little scorpion man coming out right now. Plenty of giraffes of Set as well. You can see they've got plenty of food on them to eat. And rallied over towards this top side, so he'll be bringing them up towards his food villages. Meanwhile, on the south side, we do have Cyclops. The Cyclops together with Ajax looking to push through. I wouldn't be surprised if... Okay, never mind. We already see it. The Migdol Stronghold going to be coming down over on the south side, looking to protect up this gold. You can see one of the things that Boyd is doing is he's not keeping too many villagers on the same gold mine, just to guarantee that he's got decent pathing. We've got a couple of crocodiles coming through here. Should be able to box in. Well, I'll try and get that watermark off the screen for you. It's tough, isn't it? You know, one of the great things about Age of Empires 4, the closed beta for that, was that this watermark right here was affected by your screen resolution. So if you were playing on 1080p, it was about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. But if you were playing on 4K, it was really small. It was basically like that kind of writing right there. It was wonderful because as a 4K content creator, it meant that you didn't really have to see it. But unfortunately now, these days, you do have to see it. Nice little villager pickup down here on the south side of the map. Boyd going to be looking for more over on the wood lines. You can see that the archers are slowly teeing off towards them. Keep in mind that Ajax is on the other side of the map, and he's going to be the one that has that bonus damage against myth units. But we do now start to see the first units from Boyd coming out onto the map. It's going to be the Camel Rider. This is made from the Migdol Stronghold. We can see the second one is going to be coming through here shortly as well. He's got the Pharaoh out here empowering the mining camp, looking to increase the amount of gold that he's actually dropping off there. Now, another thing to note that might be confusing for people who are watching this for the first time, and I hope this is something that gets fixed, and I suspect it probably is, that we've actually got the UI flipped here. So if you were thinking that, hold on a minute, you know, we've got Boyd on this side, and look, his villager count is so low. No. That's not the case. It's actually Boit that's over here. And it can be a bit confusing, right? Because Boit is on the right side of the map. So naturally, you would expect him on the right side of the UI. So this is something that's been reported to the devs and something that I suspect will be fixed when release happens. As long as those other, along with those other bugs that I was talking about earlier. So as an example, like the out of sync bug for replays, I think that's probably going to be fixed quite early on. And then realistically, I suspect that the replay speed bug is going to get fixed as well, just mainly because we're going to Red Bull Walla Lol, and there's going to be replays from that, and you don't want those replays to be, you know, going extra fast. All right, well, it looks like second town center has now been taken by Combi. We'll ride on board with him for a little bit here, as slowly and steadily he does... Oh my god, did he go fast Imperial? Fast Imperial, excuse me, fast Mythical? Oh my god, I think he's gone straight to the fourth age. Let's take a look and see. Now, he's actually playing with the Egyptians. Now, I've got some experience with the Egyptians, and let me tell you right now, you guys are in for a treat. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Meteor. This is kind of crazy how fast this is. 11-minute fast Mythic age up. Now, this has the potential to finish the game. You can see him moving in. He's looking to try and get sight on the town center. It looks like he will. The Meteor about to come down. Boy, going for it right now. Keep in mind, this is the main town center. Vils get absolutely demolished. Plenty more damage coming through here, and it looks like, oh my god, how did he get the gold mine as well? He's managed to split it perfectly. Town center still stands. All the villagers have gone down. Look at the villager count. 24 vills to 58 right now. Combi has been absolutely destroyed by the combination of Meteor and Meteor and Meteor. His economy is in shambles right now, but fortunately, it's not over until that fat lady sings. Remember, the second town center is online, so I think the big thing here for Combi, it's going to be getting a food source back online. So at the moment, he's sitting on one villager on food, so very quickly, that is going to be draining his resources. So he needs to think about getting back here onto the gazelles. That's probably going to be the best bet for him. So really nice timing there by Boit. And you can see the power of that Meteor. Of course, you may have seen the video that I uploaded. Oh, no. Oh, we forgot about the Phoenix. But fortunately, we got Ajax here. Now, Ajax can actually attack into the air. We can see right there. Even though he's a melee unit, he can attack into the air in the event that there are air units. But it looks like that Phoenix is going to have to head back home with its tail between its legs. Well, I don't think it's actually got legs. In fact, if I remember correctly, birds, the legs evolved into the tail. Maybe they got... Drongo. Birds have legs. It's the wings. The arms became wings. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Don't worry, guys. I know how to anatomy. It's fine. All right. Well, oh, Lord. Look at this. The elephants go marching 2 by 2. This right here, one of the most scary openings coming out from Boit. I say openings. I mean, it's pretty much a closing at this stage. Boit is utilizing a special... Oh, he gets sheeped! Sit down, he says. 4 sheep for me. He gets to eat them. There you go, coming through, we see one of the very special god abilities. There's going to be Curse coming in. Keep in mind that is an expensive ability to use once you've used it a first time. Second time, though, the second time is very, very expensive. With some snakes coming through as well now from Boit. Keep in mind, he's going to combo this together with the Ancestors ability. So he's got a huge amount of units that have just kind of come out of nowhere. A whole bunch of summons. These are mythic units, together with the elephants. Now, one thing to note is that these elephants are free, or at least one of them is free. Every elephant he makes, he gets a second one for free. And that's absolutely insane when you think about it. So if you're able to make it to the mythic age as the Egyptians, and we do hear that game being called, ladies and gentlemen, that is Combi tapping out, realizing that Boit is a talented Age of Mythology player. Yeah, so that right there is a very special upgrade, and it's part of the reason why Thoth is, in my opinion, the best mythic age up. It is incredible how much power it brings you just because of the Meteor, the fact that you can combo it with the Phoenix, and then of course finally you can move into that special ability. I'll actually jump out just to show you. We can have a look at the post game as well. You can see Boit going to be picking up a lot of awards here. So let's have a look at that villager count. I want to see exactly how far down Boit managed to send his opponent. So 37 villagers to 55. So it was already pretty drastic at this point, but goes from 37 down to 23. So he kills 14 villagers with just an incredible Meteor right there. So I want to just go back to the tech tree. So we'll jump into the tech tree quickly and just talk about a couple of things that we saw in that game. So when it comes to Thoth, let's get in there and take a look. So here he is down here. So we can see that we've got the Meteor, we've got the Phoenix, which is a pretty powerful unit as long as the enemy doesn't have the counter in play. But what I'm really looking for is that very special ability in the Mythic Age. We're slowly getting there. Where is it? There she is, right here. The Valley of the Kings. Thoth teaches secrets that cause barracks and Migdal strongholds to spawn additional units when empowered. That's the key right there, when empowered. So every Egyptian pantheon starts off, or the Egyptian pantheon starts off with a pharaoh. And that pharaoh has the ability to empower things to increase the resources that are dropped off there. But in this case, if you empower a Migdal or a barracks, that is going to increase the amount of units you get from it. So instead of getting 1 unit, you now get 2. Kind of crazy. It's an expensive, as you can see, it's very expensive for anyone who can't see Valley of the Kings. The cost is 500 gold and 40 favor. So that's a lot of favor to invest in. But I think, you know, judging from what we've seen right here, Fast Mythic looks pretty good. However, keep in mind his opponent probably still, you know, slowly getting into the groove with AOM. Well, Boyd has been grinding it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave a link down in the description to where you can go and watch Boyd live over on Twitch, as well as where you can catch him on YouTube. So make sure you go hit the subscribe button for him. And of course, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.